Where the fuck is this money really gonna go? What's gonna happen with it? Mayor Lee is saying that she has this great plan, and she reports to the DNC that they have removed 30 tons of trash in the last 30 days. We have done 209 or 100 days. 209. This isn't about politics. This is about humanity and the fact that time after time after time after time in Oakland, what we see is the mismanagement and displacement of funds that are supposed to be going to help human lives.
Peace and welcome back to Gotham, Oakland. Let me hit y'all with some numbers. Oakland's Queen Mayor Barbara Lee recently went on national television bragging about the city of Oakland cleaning up 30 tons of trash in 30 days. Now that sounds impressive, right? Except there's one tiny problem. One nonprofit, the Urban Compassion Project, that the city of Oakland gives no money to, I'll add, cleared 209 tons in just 100 days. That's 7 times more. So the question is, where the hell is all of our money going? Meanwhile, the city keeps funding the same failed nonprofits, closing down encampments, displacing people, and calling it progress. Children are still getting shot in East Oakland, women are still being robbed at the ATMs, trash is still everywhere, and family and children are walking past piles of hazardous waste on their way to school and work. This isn't about politics, it's about humanity. The city of Oakland doesn't need puff pieces and more fancy credential consultants. We need honesty, real service, and leaders who actually live in the neighborhoods they claim to represent. Until then, the people on the ground will keep doing the real work that City Hall refuses to do. So, for this episode, I interviewed Urban Compassion Project co-founder and CEO Vincent Ray Williams III about his take on Queen Mayor Barbara Lee's first 100 days. Trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Welcome to Gotham, Oakland. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Normal guy. He's like, oh, you guys are gonna clean it up, it'll be back tomorrow. And Lee was like, why? And he said, well, we try to stop people from illegally dumping over here, but the last time, he said, like yesterday or the day before, somebody came by to do it, and a neighbor was like, hey man, like don't do that here, and the dude got extremely aggressive with him. We're on 55th in Trask. The whole block is littered from spot to spot with numerous amounts of illegal dumping that's gone unresponded to. After looking at it and assessing it, we decided that, you know what, like this area does need attention. You can't, it's one of those things where you can't call this an encampment, right? There's no tents here. Nobody is living here on the street. Individuals have families and kids. A couple people have walked through with their kids, right? You got all of this dumping here. This hazardous material, just illegally dumped in this area. A lot of little litter. We're gonna clean this shit up today, and we're gonna give this space back to the community the best way that we can. My name is Vincent Ray Williams III. I am the co-founder and CEO of Urban Compassion Project here in Oakland. As Urban Compassion Project, we, one, clean up illegal dumping and trash that affects the overall community, not just the homeless population, but it gets blamed on the homeless population. We clean up the trash that affects everybody in Oakland negatively. We remove it, right, and have it taken to waste management where they take care of it. We assist individuals that are currently experiencing homelessness with navigational services, linkage services to mental health, substance use programs, housing, whatever it is that they may need, from a bottle of water to clothing to Narcan to, furniture if we get them rehoused and stuff for their new places. We are what some would call a wraparound service, yet we are a linkage service. Today, we're here cleaning this trash because nobody else has done it. In the last 100 days, we have removed 209 tons of trash illegally dumped from parks, streets, and common spaces in the city of Oakland. In 100 days, 209 tons. We have 2 cleanups a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. On Wednesdays, we average about 20 to 25 volunteers. On Saturdays, we average anywhere from 74 to 100 volunteers. Doing those cleanups, they last about 2 hours. I would say in the last 100 days, we've done maybe 20 cleanups, maybe. And in those cleanups, we're averaging about 10 or 20 tons per cleanup. From what I've experienced, both being homeless and doing this work, is that individuals that are bad actors that want to get rid of debris that they don't want to pay to have removed or taken to waste management or the dump will come into encampments because naturally the idea to them is that if I dump it here or if I dump it on a random street, right, it'll be blamed on homeless people. So I don't have to worry about it. The issue with cleaning up this trash that nobody really understands is once it's done in encampments, city officials, right? I'm not saying city politicians, but city officials utilize this as a reason of closing down encampments because they're becoming unhealthy and unsafe per the encampment management policy. It's a go around I feel like they use to displace people. And then they say, okay, well, we're gonna help these people, or we've helped so much, and the people just get shifted to another area. When they get shifted to another area, like what we see on Wood Street, we see on Kirkham, everybody moved from behind Safkeep Storage down onto Kirkham. Right now they're trying to move everybody off of Kirkham. All of those individuals have to go somewhere. They've only offered them shelter at St. Vincent's. If you have a 50-foot RV with running water and power, you're not gonna wanna go into a tiny home or even a shelter. After encampment closures are conducted, in West Oakland, just in general, there's more than one district that lands in West Oakland, but in general, when an encampment closure happens in West Oakland, people are settling into District 3. We see it from the back of Target to the borderline of Emeryville, all the way down Wood Street, Mandela, some other areas. People are settling in this area. And if you ask me, right, like why this is happening, it really feels like people are being ushered in a way into these areas so that maybe they can be watched, so that, you know, maybe other people know exactly where they are. But then they close those sites. So what's happening in West Oakland is people are going from one area to another area, back to the area that they were initially removed from, and it's just this endless cycle.
You're seeing this all over the city, though.
All over, not just West Oakland, all over the city. So it's pointless. We can keep cleaning up trash all we want. The issue is that I believe the city officials, I'm not saying politicians, city officials have mismanaged budgets, funding. Organizations that are supposed to be doing this work is mismanaging funding, contracts, budgets. Nobody is getting housed, and those that are getting housed don't need housing. They need mental health and substance use programs. They're being thrown into these areas where it's already high in crime, already high in overdose and other minimal crimes, right? Trash and dirtiness, and there's no real services being offered, and those people take right back to the street. Even with the new leadership that we have in Oakland, I think we're at a time where we gotta stop saying all of this fluff. Oh, all these amazing things are happening, right? Like kids aren't shooting at each other in East Oakland. People aren't driving through businesses in Chinatown. Like people aren't robbing women at ATMs. People aren't shooting people. People aren't dumping trash. Homeless aren't dying in our streets. We're lying to each other and no solutions still have come about. Yet Urban Compassion Project, we are working with the individual to get them in the services they need. When I hear about what the plan for Measure W is, with all of these hundreds of millions of dollars, the first thing that comes to mind is how much of that is gonna actually be invested in the community. How much of that is gonna go towards helping people get the services that they need. I'm not a politician. We don't do politics. I do humanity. Right? And let me be the first one to say, like, I don't care what anybody's outlook on Ken Houston is. He has a nonprofit and they need to show numbers about how they've actually went about helping people to get mental health services and substance use programs, right? Instead of just putting money in their pockets so they can continue to get high and continue to be homeless on the streets. Putting them to work to clean up trash in different areas, putting a label on bags, right? And getting money from the city of Oakland, and now being elected officials, still getting money from the city of Oakland, still getting dumpsters from different elected officials, right? And now being behind Measure W, where the fuck is this money really gonna go? What's gonna happen with it? Mayor Lee is saying that she has this great plan and she reports to the DNC that they have removed 30 tons of trash in the last 30 days. We have done 209 or 100 days. 209. This isn't about politics, this is about humanity and the fact that Time after time after time after time in Oakland, what we see is the mismanagement and displacement of funds that are supposed to be going to help human lives. Are you kidding me? If we take into account that there were tiny homes built on East 12th by the lake a few years back, over $7.7 million was spent on that initiative headed by Nikki Bass. Initially, it was supposed to be 5.5. People went in there, less than a year later, it closed down and they start building apartments on it. With that money, they could have taken 1,010 people. We did the math on what it would look like to fully service 1,010 people with $7.7 million and get them housing for at least a year that they wouldn't have to worry about paying for, with mental health services, substance use programming, wraparound services, counseling, like everything that they would need, job readiness training, everything that they would need would have costed 5.5. You would have saved 2 point something. With this money, where's the budget? What nonprofits are going to get this money? We see the same nonprofits getting money from the city of Oakland that aren't doing anything. We talk about closing down East 12th and the fact that we had to put 4 people in hotels because Operation Dignity promised they were going to help them. And as soon as we paid for the hotels and they went to go talk to Operation Dignity, we have them on film saying, you decided you wanted to go work with UCP, go fucking talk to them. This is the energy that's being put out. We have organizations claiming that they're putting countless people in these hotels and everything, but people are still waiting to go in. People are still suffering on the streets. You want crime to go down in Oakland? Help the people that are being affected by it. People feel like it's safe, it is comfortable to do crime in Oakland and illegally dump in Oakland because there is homelessness and there is trash everywhere. If there is homelessness and trash everywhere, it's going to cause discord. Naturally, somebody who is an opportunist is going to take advantage of this. If what they're saying is true about investing in the nonprofit and the organizations that are actually doing the work, we wouldn't see them going with the same old model. And on the flip side, we have to remember that countless organizations are losing space and shutting down spaces in the city of Oakland because the city of Oakland will contract them and they'll evict people just like they did on Wood Street. So all these tiny homes and all these RVs, all of these people have now been pushed out onto the street on Wood Street. We see more encampments popping up. People are taking the tiny homes out of the little village and taking them out and putting them on the street. But the city of Oakland claims they help. It's a waste of fucking money. And I predict that it's not going to go anywhere. It shouldn't take 10 years to find a solution to this problem. If I could write a letter to City Hall to inform them of what my opinion would be as to what would be a solution, I would tell them that we have to start being completely honest. We have to stop being afraid to be courageous and do things out of the norm. We have to stop letting people with money in high places dictate what we do for the people who are struggling and suffering from it here in the Flatlands. From the mom and pop business owner to the person that ODs in front of city team and turns white and loses his life, to the person who's walking their kids to school, they deserve better. They deserve to know that they are safe in this city. They don't deserve the puff pieces. Oh, it's safer than it ever has been before. It's not. It's extremely dirty. We have to stop putting trust and putting faith and putting resources towards nonprofits that have not proven themselves capable of doing the job they've been tasked with. We have to be willing to acknowledge that they have mismanaged funds and that we have allowed them to mismanage funds and that people are dying as a result of that. There are programs in the city of Oakland that are supposed to be helping people so they don't become homeless. There are businesses that are being fined because of the illegal dumping and because of the graffiti. There are people whose livelihood is literally going down the drain every single day. And instead of focusing on real Oakland, we're focusing on outside influences. I would inform them that we really need to bring it back. I would say, Barbara, if you are true Oakland, if you are real Oakland day one and you're serious about this, get out into some of these black communities and talk to some of these beautiful black people that are struggling, that are still going to work, that aren't committing crimes, and that still don't feel like they're safe and comfortable or clean in their own communities. These are who we are affecting negatively, and the time is now that we need to stop it. I'm not saying I'm realer than any Oaklander. I'm just saying that I'm boots on the ground. We're boots on the ground. We're out here getting the work done. We've sent emails. We've asked for communication with her office. Take this into consideration. The reason why she gets an F is because even though, like, we're offended that she would report to the DNC that 30 tons were removed. If she would have said a 239, amazing. We don't care who gets the credit for the work that's being done, but can you imagine how that looks in the public eye that understands like cubic yards and different things about mathematics when you report this number? And then when people are out here experiencing this crime, being stuck in it, being afraid, people are still moving out of Oakland, and you're lying on the national stage? In the next 100 days, maybe stop listening to those Ivy Leaguers that you have brought in to be on your team. People that have never dealt with this type of stuff. People that aren't even from Oakland or maybe even understand like what the root causes of some of the issues are. We're dealing with generational trauma here in Oakland. That is a very real thing. Black generational trauma. And all she is doing is perpetuating the cycle of generational trauma. In the next 100 days, if you actually want to do something to get the community's attention, pour back into the communities that are actually doing good in their communities. Stop lying to them. Be honest. I would rather have somebody tell me like it's not yet as safe as we would like it to be, but we are working on it and these are the actual measures that we're putting in place. Don't fluff it up.
Well, I hope y'all listen to Vincent. Wise man, very, very courageous brother himself. If you know about his past, then you know just how amazing of a person that he is. I don't have much more to say. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm going to get to celebrating it or Memorial Day weekend and one of those days, one of those weekends. But back to the party. But I love y'all, Oakland. I love you. Get out there, have some fun. Oh, peace, Oakland. Like, comment, subscribe. And like I just said, get out there, have some fun, and enjoy this beautiful sunshine in this amazing city that we have. It is worth fighting for, but we're going to have to fight and save it. The people in City Hall, they're not like us, and they don't really care about this city. Listen to this man. Listen to the people who are doing the work. Love y'all. Peace.
Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here.